Right, and not before time. There's a horde approaching. Check your radar. Get up! I've spotted a horde of blighters heading your way. You've only got a few moments to prepare. Now move! That'll teach them. Not that they've much intelligence left, but they've got a hunter's instinct, like an animal. And that's how I think of them. Not your neighbor, your friend, your relatives. They're all dead, and those things wearing their faces are not human. Good work, but if you got through earlier, you'll have to finish them off. Shit, another one down. Are you prepared? Wake up! There's a bloody great horde on its way to your front door! Batten down the hatches. Get up. I've spotted a horde of blighters heading your way. You've only got a few moments to prepare. Now move. I think that's a lot. All clear. Take a break. You've earned it. Get some sleep now. A little nap will do you the world of good. I've had an idea. I think it's time we got eyes on Buckingham Palace and took a look around. You might even be able to sneak inside if they're distracted, keeping the infected out. You need to get inside Buckingham Palace. It's your best hope for better weapons and supplies, even if it is overrun by infected. I know you're green as grass, but try and remember to aim before you shoot. This is the last great plague. The ravens are restless. The signs are here, and the blight is upon us. Just like the Magus Dean foretold. But never mind that for now. If you can't run, you might as well lie down and die. Always keep something in reserve. Things could have been so different if people had listened to John Dee. But by the time he saw what was coming, Elizabeth was dead, and James I had no love for prophecies or alchemy. And he was so obsessed with black magic, he wrote a manual called Demonology and sent his witch hunters around England to hang witches and warlocks. Dee had to go into hiding. Bloody idiots. Good thing about Buck Palace, see, it's not just a building, it's a fortress. A highly secure location. You can bet your ass they've stockpiled guns and ammo like nobody's business. As the revelation shows, when death overcomes life, so shall man walk eternally in purgatory. And those who long for the bosom of God shall not find it, as death itself flees from them to smother the world in grey damnation. Every round you fire is like ringing the fucking dinner bell. Come and get it. Not that you can always avoid it, just be prepared. You can stash your weapons, ammo and supplies in there. You can't carry everything while you're outside, but a well-stocked cache will give you options before you set off. So drop whatever you want in it. Keep an eye on corpses. Nothing is really dead until you've blown its head off, understand? Keep your distance. They can smell normal people coming, and I bet to those bastards we smell like the best rare steak you ever had. Come on, shake a leg. You need to get inside Buckingham Palace. It's your best hope for weapons and supplies, even if it is overrun by infected. Look at these poor bastards. They flocked here thinking they'd be safe, that the royals would protect them. But the establishment looks after itself, no one else. God helps those who help themselves. Never forget that. Look up on the roof. Someone's raised the flag upside down. That's a distress signal. Maybe they're still alive inside there. What a bloody mess. Sure, God save the Queen, but it looks like the plebs wanted to go along for the ride. Prepper here. I'm pretty sure there's an old Raven's shelter nearby. Might find what you need down there. Don't mess around with those. Pull the pin, count to 3, throw the bloody thing away. Look sharp, soldier. Infected incoming. There's your way in. Be careful. Radio signal won't reach you down there. You're on your own. Lovely woman, the Queen. For an ancient lizard posing as a human, anyway. But I tell you, she knows the score. It's the government didn't want anyone to know about Dee's prophecy, not her match. I hope they get her away to India or something. Their climate's better for reptiles, anyway. Give me a sec. There's your way in. Be careful. I won't have eyes on you down there. You're on your own. I'm losing you. Must be shielded. Watch your back. Off to the Queen's bunkers, are you? Well, you'll find plenty of loot. Just watch your back. I've lost a lot of good people down there.
You there? How did you get in here? Oh, never mind. You're clean, aren't you? So you must be pretty good. Well, perhaps we could help each other. Sorry, I should explain. There are security monitors and speakers in walls. I'm Peter Knight, junior doctor to the royal household. So don't worry, you're not going mad. Do come and find me in the lab, won't you? Yes. Shame about this chap. He couldn't handle the horror, you see. Then again, maybe he was more sensible than the rest of us. Sorry, I know these corridors are a labyrinth. But, well, that's the point, you see, to keep intruders out. I suppose I should warn you, there are also a few infected roaming around in here. Used to be Omega Group soldiers, you see, but... well, they're all infected now. Terrible shame. Welcome. Do make yourself at home. But please don't touch anything. This is all vital scientific work. I'll close the door behind you, just a precaution. Sorry I can't greet you in person. It's safer for both of us, you understand? I'm researching a cure for this terrible infection. You see, it's slow going, as I have so few subjects to test on. Like those poor Omega Group soldiers. Not my finest hour, I fear. If you'll forgive me for a moment, I'm sure you can help me. I say, steady on, Uncle. Right. Now here's how you could help. There's a book, Der Remedi Secreti, by Conrad Gesner. A fascinating text. But what I'm after is Dee's own copy where he made annotations. I believe it's in the Palace Library, which means going upstairs, I'm afraid. Would you be so kind? The bunker elevator can take you up to the palace.
Don't waste your tears on them. Infected, undead, blighters, straight up cannibal fucking zombies, whatever. All that matters is, they're not human anymore. More than 20 hours awake, and your decision-making goes to pieces. Don't neglect your sleep. Where are you going? You're just wasting time and energy. Every time you step out onto the streets, you're risking your neck. And for what? Haven't you been listening to me? You've got to look after number one, nobody else.
Ah, back again. No luck finding the Gesner book upstairs, I see. Well, sorry, but I must return to my work. Do help yourself to anything you need, won't you?
Where are you going? You're just wasting time and energy. Every time you step out onto the streets, you're risking your neck. And for what? Haven't you been listening to me? You've got to look after number one, nobody else.
I hope you don't mind the music, by the way. William Byrd, Elizabeth I's favourite composer, apparently. I find it helps me work, it's very soothing. You're doing ever so well. I do feel awful about the poor guards. Well, technically, I'm an Omega Group myself. Started as an army medic, and then they posted me here. That's such a shame. Those soldiers were an elite. So sad to see them like this.
The angel chided me thus. Ignorance was the nakedness whereby you first were tormented, and the first plague that fell upon man was the wanting of science. The want of science hinders you from knowledge of your own self.
I just realized you probably have no idea what a mega group is. Top secret, you see, but that hardly matters now. It's an elite group to protect the royal family. But the outbreak caught us on the hop, and now all these poor men who used to guard the bunker. Well, I suppose you could say they're still guarding it. If only we paid more attention to Dr. D.
The patients succumb immediately to infection in the region where the malady enters the body. Violent convulsions follow, and their veins turn black as ink. Poisoned blood radiates from the wound, spreading like the roots of a venomous tree, accelerated by unnatural haste. It would be beautiful, if not for its dark design.
Now that you can definitely use, especially in this bloody place. Nice and quiet.
In some subjects, pockets filled with a rich, acrid pus form near hot, inflamed areas around the groin, armpits, and jaw. I have extracted this liquid for further investigation.
Where was I? You must forgive me, I'm a little distracted. Ah yes, Dr. D. John D was a scientist, alchemist, natural philosopher and all that, to Elizabeth I. Some people say he was even a spy. Imagine that. And D wrote a warning, you see, about this outbreak. Oh, dear. Sorry, mustache.
Following the recommendations of De Remedi Secreti, I reduced the pus to a dry powder and discovered that injecting the concoction into the subject, God forgive me that I refer to my own wife as subject, causes the black blood to retract and wither. I glimpsed the flush of my wife's once rosy complexion through the sickness, but alas, she then succumbed to one final fit, and at last, with blessed mercy, ceased moving forever. May God have mercy upon her soul, and allow it now to rest. I remain convinced this volume offers practical methods for obtaining a solution, perhaps even the key to save us all.
Hello. Oh, I see you found Gesner's book. I do hope it wasn't too much trouble. Pass it through, would you? Ah, wait. There's something else. That gadget of yours looks rather like something the Omega chaps used to carry. Would you step over there and scan that infected chap with it? A full scan and analyze my view to isolate the infected gland. human body really is a fascinating thing. Even after all vital signs in the subject cease, the body continues to fight the infection. Amazing, eh? I thought so. You'll have to put him out of his misery first. Then take the syringe and fill it up with antibodies from the infected gland. Perfect. Now, that syringe will synthesize a viricide, a sort of poison, quite deadly. There's enough for one injection, but you can refill it from another willing volunteer. In return, I need another favor. A second book, Studium Contagione, the study of infection by Dee himself. It's very rare. But I happen to know Ron Friedman has a copy in his flat on Brick Lane. Ron's one of those Raven chaps, you see.